Hello and welcome to episode 4 of Idle Expanse Climbing Leaderboards. We made great progress since last episode. We're back on track, back in top 10. I'm going to show you what I did to make such progress and talk about the future of this series. Let's take a look at each of the leaderboards. The most important one, of course, is CPM. I made it back up to top 10. I'm number 8 in tier 2. To switch tiers, you need to reach 1 billion. And I was number 5 here, and what I tried to do when I reached 981 is to close the game. And I was hoping to come back later with nothing deployed and slowly try to rank up. Because they don't remove us from tier 1 yet, but I'm sure they will in the future, but it would have been cool to rank a little higher here, but I'm not here anymore. I'm now here. And you look, I made so much progress compared to last video. I was pretty discouraged in the last video. I'm gonna show you the changes I made in the way I play. But you look at these numbers, they look very intimidating, but I realize how much exponential your progress is. Obviously, I'm extremely far from the very top, but these are not, even this is probably not all that bad. So, the changes I made. First of all, let me show you here. I'm using hunters here and there. The reason for that is I was using scouts as usual, but they started dying as I predicted. Remember previous video if you watched, I said, oh, I think my scouts are gonna die eventually. But I only had one that was dying. Let's say this guy was dying every time. So I replaced with all hunters. One thing I'll do is, before I prestige, because I'm ready to prestige, I will replace them all with scouts again. Identify which one dies and put one hunter instead. Be a little more efficient, because scouts are still more efficient than hunters. I'll do more advanced testing in the future, but for now I'm sticking to scouts. They're doing the best job. Major change I made. I had to think, how do I make progress? This is something I'm doing wrong, and there was indeed something I was doing wrong. But I play my own way. I don't know how these guys play, but I'll show you how I'm able to be top 10 right now. So this one just got launched. We're gonna launch these two, and I'll do it manually first. One trick to push this number as high as possible and push the record CPM as high as possible. I'm going to go here and spam right click like that. Okay, get all the orbs I can as fast as possibly with my mouse if I do it manually. Okay, I'm almost there. We go, and then abort. Okay, and it's gonna send me, and that's with my auto clicker. A little slower but more stable. This is an old Razer Nostromo. With my auto clicker I can also do it until I'm done. Okay, and then I abort. And what I'll do is I'll simply make sure that everybody has at least the arrow like this, right? I'll always be in the screen managing all my launches and make sure there's arrows everywhere, and if I'm running arena, make sure there's an arrow in arena as well. And I'll just go like this, and I'll wait here. Oh, this one, I'll go here, and I use the auto clicker not to destroy my wrist. And if you want to know what my opinion is about auto clickers and macros, at the end of this video, there's a recommended video on the right. It's Beast Stickman Infinity Clones episode 1. It's I put this series on my channel as a test very early on to see if people were interested, but I do talk about it at the 3-minute 50-second mark approximately in that video. If you want to know what I think about auto clickers and macros, I'd rather not repeat it in multiple videos. Okay, so that's what I do, and it pushes the number as far as I can. I'm sure I can tweak this even more, but that's how I do it. That's how I reach this. What I do is I push as high as possible, right? And when I reach this number, the maximum number starts to stabilize, and these two numbers are even, I leave. I close the game for several hours, then I come back, and then the offline gains will enable me to buy a planet upgrade or not, you know, or maybe some credit bonus, although it's additive. It's additive, so the more... Now it's less and less efficient. When I get an upgrade, it's not very spectacular. It will bring me from 880 to 900%, you know what I mean? Early on it's very strong, it gets less strong, but anyways, if it's time to... Like for instance today when I logged in, I was able to buy 2 planet upgrades in a row. Bang bang. My maximum level is 240. So that's what I do. So it's very active. So when I do this part here, oh, sorry about that. When I do this part here like this, it's extremely active. But once I reach the maximum number I possibly can, I close the game. Then I can, you know, do whatever else. But this is one of the most active idle games I've ever seen, especially if you want to stay top 10. If you want to play for fun, then, well, I play for fun anyways, but if you want to just chill, that's fine, but you're not gonna beat these guys. No way. They're very, very active. But look at the number of hours. I'm the lowest, almost, besides Duck Bat. That's because I do what I said. I just show you. Maximize, then close. Maximize, then close. Let's look at Arena. I'm gonna show you a clip in Arena at the end of this video. Arena number 6, I'm pretty happy with that. But there's nothing I can really do. One of them died. As you see, I'm just using hunters with the best equipment, and I let it run. There's nothing special to say, but that's where I am. But there's a place. Okay. Well, I'll still show you the clip, but in my clip that I have, there was so many people stuck at 115, and I'll show you why everybody gets stuck at 115 at one point, and I was stuck at 115. And I felt like making a little clip, so I'll show it to you at the end of this video. Time inversion, leaderboards. I am not number 8 because there is a tier 2. Look at this. How much eye points. I would love to have so much. Unfortunately, I don't, but I know I'm making some progress. It's not too bad. I'm ready to prestige. And what I'm buying, of course, with the technique I showed you, is always these two. And maybe a little bit of that. And I'm ready to buy, what is it? This one. The Quick Start 2.0. 1 million bucks. Now, of course, I'm ready to buy at least one. I don't know. If I buy 2, it's 11 million. That's probably too much, but at least I'll buy one. I showed everything I could in the current state of this game. I saw there's talk about adding another prestige layer, equipment buyable with diamonds, etc. Of course, I would cover that in the future. But the format of this series will only be me showing you this week's progress, the results of the tests I ran, etc. A bit like previous episode and this one. Last video was more or less successful. The problem with this game is not making the videos, it's the attention it needs throughout the week. I will continue playing and watch how this episode does. If it does well, the series will continue. But if it doesn't, this may be the last episode. I have limited time to put on YouTube, so I need a good subs and views to time invested ratio. I'll know how this episode did with subs, views, likes, and comments. But this is just the short clip I was talking about. If you look where I was, 115, look how many people there were. And I wanted to show you why so many people get stuck at 115. So it's 116 that's the problem. Let's check it out. What's so special about 116? So we kill this first boss, and then I reach a choke point and get destroyed. That's why it's impossible to make any progress until you upgrade the planet at this point. This concludes episode 4 of Idle Expanse Climbing Leaderboards. I will continue to play the way I showed you until I make a decision whether or not to continue with this series. If you subscribe for this series and it stops, I invite you to stay and propose games in the comments. I will be looking for a new game to make a series on. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please hit thumbs up and leave a comment below. If you want to support this channel, you can subscribe and hit the notification bell to make sure you don't miss future videos. Thanks for watching and see you next time.